What is up, guys? How's it going? It's been a while. I've missed you guys. Just so you know, I got something a little different for you guys today. It's for all those sad folk out there, all those kids that think too much. If you're a happy person all the time, I hope you can learn something from it, gain another perspective. So I wrote a poem. I hope you like it. Think. Wait. Don't. Think. Hold on. Is it clear? Is it safe? Look both ways. Choose a path. There's good in the bad and bad in the good. Which is worth it? Pain plus reward or pleasure with debt? Hesitantly, I make the right decision. Fearful of others, fearful of my real self, my real thoughts, thoughts that lead elsewhere. Navigation is needed. A captain for cognition, guide me into eternity. I need you. I lead myself astray. I question my own self. I am incapable. With you, I am capable. As a three-chord bond which is uneasily broken, we are one, or I strive to be. Help. I'm not me. I am. You are I am. So I am me? I don't feel like me. I feel lonely. Not alone, just lonely. Where are the people like me? The people that care? I mean, drugs kill, lies kill, greed kills. Selfishness is death. Death is sin in its fullest form. Please care, I urge you, please. Care for life, eternal life. May there be more as we wander. More life. So let's start with where we left off. I'm back from Asia. As you may think, I was on my high horse, I was on fire. I had just got done seeing God heal so many people, especially that one kid that I said, I saw God heal of deafness. I was pumped, and then I get back home and I feel like I'm surrounded by death, depression, negativity, all of that. And so how do you go from, seeing so much love and healing to seeing so much death and destruction? It's not easy, but let me just put it in your head this way. I come back home and I hear that one of my cousins overdosed on drugs. He's fine. Thank God. One of my cousins died of a heart attack, 20 years old. Yeah. A family friend commits suicide. And another one of my cousins ended up in a mental institute. And so, those were all shockers to me. I get back and within like a week, I find out all this and all this is going on. At first, I just chose to not think about it. I used to be a pothead. I used to smoke a lot of weed. And whenever I would think about things and felt like I wanted to run away from them, I would go to that. I'd either smoke it off or I'd sleep it off. And, I felt myself just last weekend feeling like I wanted to go back and do those things, feeling like this is some crazy stuff, like I don't know how to handle it, so I just want to go smoke, or I'm just gonna sleep, and so I didn't smoke, but like, man, I did sleep a lot, and honestly, I wasted a whole weekend. I think this is something that if we can get through our heads, I think us as a generation can be unstoppable. So one, I believe happiness is a choice. And also I believe that our feelings are subjective. So if you're feeling a certain way, I don't think that's actually who you are at the moment. So me being a Christian, being a believer, last weekend I didn't want to read my Bible. I didn't want to spend time with God. I just wanted to think, I wanted to try and figure it out on my own. I wanted to be like, I was questioning God. I was like, man, how could this happen? Why are all these things happening? I have all these questions, but I know deep down inside, I know God is good. I know he's done so much for me, and he isn't the one who takes life, he gives life. And so I wrote that poem actually in a few minutes, maybe maximum 5 minutes. A friend had suggested to me to just get out my emotions because I was feeling down. So she said, just get it all out, create something, whatever. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so I just wrote a poem really quick. Honestly, I didn't think about the words really. I just began filling up the page with the immediate thoughts in my head. It was basically me saying, I don't feel like me. Sometimes when you don't feel like yourself, you can begin to question yourself and go, well, who am I really? Who I thought I was, maybe I'm not. I believe my identity is rooted in Jesus Christ. I believe that he has an identity, a plan, a purpose for me to live out. And there are times that I don't want any part of that. To be honest, there's times that I just want to sleep. I just want to handle it on my own, however that looks, running to other things. And then the times that I do run to those other things, I feel even more broken. I feel even more depressed, more upset. And then I just waste maybe 2 weeks, a month, maybe just a few days. And then I end up going back to God saying, God, I'm sorry. Why was I trying to figure it out on my own? Because I can't figure it out on my own. I can't fill this hole in my heart. I can't fix these problems that are going on, but I can run to God and I can have him hug me. I can have him love me. And then through that, I can have him help me be loved to other people. I believe our generation is one of power and one of love. But the first thing to get to those two things is understanding. I think we need to begin to understand other people, whether it be in the church, whether it just be in public, because there's so many times people are going through depression, questioning, identity crises, and we just go, well, you need to fix yourself. And so what got me going back on my right path again is my friend Noah. That dude is awesome, always speaking life into me, to other people. I meet with him pretty much every Monday, but every time I meet up with him, man, I feel encouraged. I feel so much better. I encourage you to keep people in your life that know you, that genuinely know your heart, know who you are and who you want to be, and set things in place. Maybe, have accountability partners and set meetings so that you can meet every week, at least maybe once a month, just so that they can check in with you and they can see where you're going and if that's where you need to be headed. All that to say, there's a lot of ways to cope that are healthy. For me, a lot of times I like to just skateboard. Skating keeps my mind just on what I'm doing in that moment. And that's an amazing feeling because sometimes, I don't know if you guys ever have felt this way, but when I'm too much in my head, I become disembodied and it's like I'm not even there. So it's really good to have activities, hobbies that you can just begin to just focus on that one thing, that thing you enjoy, that thing you love, so that you're not thinking about all these other things. So I found the best way to let this weight off, this pressure off that is life, is to meditate in the Lord. I just sit there and I breathe and I go, Jesus, I can't do it, but you are strong in my weakness. And there's something so beautiful in you surrendering to the Creator, the God that made you. I'm not trying to convert anyone. I just want to invite you guys into this relationship with Jesus that I sometimes run away from. It's like that mom you have that loves you so much, and when you're going through something and you're struggling, she's giving you good advice and you're like, I don't want to hear that right now, Mom. I don't want to hear that. It's exactly what it's like a lot of the times. But then the times that you're just willing to receive it, God will just embrace you with open arms, and it's truly an amazing thing. People just think I'm a happy guy all the time, and I love that. I love that people think I'm happy all the time because I try to be. I really do. I love being happy, but sometimes I'm just not feeling it. Sometimes I want to just do nothing. Sometimes I want to not talk to anybody. But if I truly am a person that has given myself to love, that has given myself to my Creator, and am someone who wants to see people healed, whole, and in the fullness of who they're supposed to be, then I should be there as much as I can for other people. So, I'm sure maybe you've heard a lot of times, don't question God. Have the fear of the Lord. Don't question God. Yes, you should have the fear of the Lord. That's a whole other topic. But question God. It's good to question God as long as you're actually willing to receive an honest response, because God is truth and He will tell you the truth. The truth hurts most of the time. You can question God. You can question the things you're going through. But the second you feel confused, like you're genuinely questioning, just throwing everything away you've ever learned, that is not okay, because the enemy brings confusion. Satan brings confusion. Confusion is not from God. And so when things start to click in your head, that's from God. That is in the Bible. It's scriptural. 1 Corinthians 14:33 says, God is not a God of confusion, but a God of peace. God brings peace. That's why I got the tattoo. It's a friggin' peace sign with the earth in it, because God is my peace and I'm supposed to be the peace to the world. I'm just encouraging you guys, because I understand so many things are hard to believe. I understand life is hard. I understand what it's like to feel like you don't have help. I understand what it's like to feel like you can't even help yourself. I understand what addiction's like. I understand what it's like to have no friends. I just hope that maybe through my honesty that you guys can have hope, because whenever you feel off, whenever you feel like not yourself, I say go to God. I say seek Him, ask Him for help. He will be there 100%. If it's something you don't want to do, at least at the moment, for sure, just go to a family member, go to a friend that genuinely loves you, and just let them speak kind words into you. You will get through it. You get through it a lot faster if you just gave it to God. Here's the thing. So you can choose to ignore things, or you can choose to get healing in certain areas. At first, I was ignoring that my cousin died. I didn't want to think about it because I didn't want to have hurt. So then I began thinking about it later on. I got hurt. I began, crying, thinking about it, just getting depressed, not wanting to do anything. And then through that hurt, I realized I can't fix this. There's nothing I can do to fix this. And then giving it to God, and He doesn't fix the problem. He fixes the sadness. He fixes that hole in my heart that makes me wish, man, I want to see Him one more time, He makes me feel at peace about it. I can tell you all these ways to cope that are healthy, but the only true way, the best way to cope is to actually find healing. Because coping is just putting things aside. Coping is just choosing to not think about it, to put something to replace it. But God doesn't replace things. God heals things. God restores things in your life. And so can we just stop replacing things and actually seek healing? Actually seek something better for ourselves, because literally the young people are the future. We are the future. I don't want to be this old man and saying, oh, you kids are the future. No, I want to be a part of that. I don't want to just believe it later on. I want to be a part of it and actually see the change. So please, can we stop doing drugs? Can we stop beating people down? Can we actually unify each other and actually have a clear mind and actually see a change in this world and start loving people, start caring for people, start asking people how they're doing, and not only thinking about ourselves? Can we do that? Please? So, like I said, this video was more of a conversation piece. Just me talking to you guys. Please share your thoughts. Like and subscribe if you want. If this is your kind of video. I love you guys. I do. I thank everyone who supports me. I do it for you guys. This is of course not for me, because I'm not just gonna sit here in my room talking to myself for me. It doesn't make sense. It's for you guys. I love you guys so much, and I have a great hope for everyone in my life. All you guys who I may even never meet. I am excited for the future, and I just really hope that this video can bring healing to you, maybe lead you to Jesus. But regardless, let's love each other, yeah? See ya.